Thank you for tuning into Devotions. All this week, we've been on Mark chapter 11, and today I want to talk to you about it's time to clean house. Okay, so I want you to listen to this devotion because this is about the church. Now, I have some really strong convictions, and I know sometimes, just once in a while, I might upset somebody, but I want to tell you, this makes me a little nervous. So I want you to listen to what Jesus did. So after, Jesus has been traveling, he's heading towards the cross, and we've seen all these miraculous things he's been doing. In Mark 11, verse 15, it says, and they came to Jerusalem, and he entered the temple. This is Jesus. Now he's mad, he's angry. We always see Jesus' big smile on his face, kind of looks kind of wimpy, He loves everybody. But it says he began to drive those out who sold and those who bought in the temple. He overturned the tables of money changers. Now, I want to let you know what that is. The money changers, they would come into Jerusalem, and they wanted to spend money. They wanted to give money to the temple. The money exchangers would exchange their money, but they were overcharging the people. They were ripping them off money. They're ripping them off in the temple. People are making money there at the church off these people, ripping them off. And so then he goes on here to say, and the seats of those who sold pigeons, the pigeons were sold for sacrifices. Now, a pigeon sacrifice, that was mainly done by poor people. That really was a poor sacrifice, but God accepted it. Okay, so what they did is they overcharged for the pigeons. So there's these people, they don't have much money, and they come in there, and they're telling them that these pigeons, these are like holy pigeons, and whatever they did to them, they had to buy the pigeons there. And then there were people there, and permitted by the temple, making all this money. And the religious people were doing this on the common person, on people who are trying to sacrifice unto God. You can see how mad this made Jesus, what was going on. It says he would not allow anyone to carry anything through the temple. He grabbed a whip. He's whipping at these people, trying to get them all out of the temple. And he was teaching them, saying, is it not written, my house shall be called a house of prayer for all the nations, but you have made it a den of robbers. Wow. This is really strong, isn't it? Very, very strong. Jesus entered the temple and found it was being used for commercial purposes instead of worship. Let me tell you what goes on here in Pittsburgh. Okay, so I'm kind of connected up with some churches, and they get all sorts of money from the churches. I'm just telling you what's going on. And so we got church people, we've got some big denominations. I'm not going to mention them because they'll throw me off Facebook. And they're making money. They're making money. Big industries making money. The head of that church. Big corporations, billions of dollars they're worth, of the different ones, making money off the people. They're selling things. You have to pay $500 if you want to get married. You pay high prices if you want to have your funeral in the church. That's a sin. Let me tell you, our church, the church charges nothing. Nothing, ever. You get married in our church, you're paying somebody, you're paying maybe that cleaning person, it's really cheap, you might be paying a wedding coordinator. The pastors, I don't take any gifts. We don't want gifts. Yeah, we do this for God. And especially those of you who are living together, okay, you just stay in line, I'll get all of you married. I'll do it free, I'll pay for it. Okay, but listen, we want to help you. That's why we're here. Well, horrible things were going on in church, and it's going on today. And I said, well, these churches are set getting all this money from the city. They got bad things going on in their church. And I'm not going to say any more. Mark 11, verse 17. Is it not written, my house should be called a house of prayer for all the nations, but you've made it a den of robbers, he says here. Look at Revelation 3:2. He's talking to the church. He says, wake up to the church. Wake up. Strengthen what remains. He's talking about the good people that remain. Not all people in the church are good. And is about to die because they're going into persecution. He goes, for I have not found your works complete in the sight of my God. Many churches have their eyes on the culture instead of Christ. Many churches have their eyes on the culture. That's sad. That's why the rainbow flag's in front of some churches. That's why when voting time comes, the pastor isn't telling people, you do not vote for somebody that votes for the murder of babies, and for gay marriage. We need some righteous ministers, stand for righteousness. We need church people have a backbone, aren't yellow belly, weak people. I wanted to close the week out telling you something nice and positive. Come on, you can count on me. Okay, let me tell you something. The Bible says that judgment in the Bible starts at the house of God. And guess who it starts with? It starts with me, the pastors of the church. I'm under conviction all the time. I want you to have the same conviction. I want you to have a strong, powerful faith. God bless you.